She's been kidnapped by Cobra. We have no alternative. Call in G.I. Joe.
Fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe.
Who's leader of the Joe team? Buck.
He's America's best. He's in control. He's the man.
Good luck, Joe.
He wears his name. The legend of G.I. Joe.
The Legend of G.I. Joe. New from Marvel Comics.
Just like that, we're all back for another episode of G.I. Joe. So, welcome back, but if you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe. That way you'll know about the next episode, which will be coming out very, very soon. So, let's get right into it. This is episode 2 from G.I. Joe, the M.A.S.S device. Ladies and gentlemen, we now return to Fight Night in the Cobra Arena, where Duke is getting his ass handed to him.
It's turned off.
This is exposition.
To fight Cobra, we must build another M.A.S.S device. But as you know, M.A.S.S is fueled by 3 very rare catalytic elements. But it will not be easy. The first element we need is a radioactive crystal which can be found buried near the Arctic Circle. Not far from a glacial expanse known as the Sea of Ice.
A loyal Cobra soldier brings Destro and Cobra Commander future pages from the script.
Commander, a message.
Wait! This cannot be permitted! Oh, the world has refused to surrender to Cobra! People are volunteering to stand and fight against us to the bitter end!
Worse, our spies report G.I. Joe has learned about the 3 catalytic elements and is going after them. The sport can wait. We must have a strategy meeting.
We'll just be here on pause, I guess.
I am Selina. Slip this between your headband and your forehead, and you will be able to interrupt the control waves. It will cause you agonizing pain, but you will be free to run.
Why are you doing this?
Shh! The guards approach. When you flee, make for the great Cobra's mouth. I shall meet you there.
We now travel to the Arctic Circle in order to advertise new vehicles, as well as the Joe's Arctic Trooper, Snow Job. Yeah, that's his real name.
We got the coordinates cold, pretty lady. And I'm talking cold. How do you read it?
Dr. Vandermeer was right, Snowjob. The crystal mine is ahead of us, at the edge of the forest.
The Joes are not alone.
They're over an hour ahead of us, Major Blood. By the time we reach the mine, our enemies will have the crystals and be long gone.
I wouldn't bet on it, Lieutenant.
Arriving at the location of the first precious element, the Joe forces are met by Cobra traps, left behind by Destro.
Something in there bothers Snake Eyes, Tripwire.
And I know better than to doubt Snake Eyes' sixth sense, Scarlet. A little sweep and scan couldn't hurt. Stay back!
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Cobra Commander. Codename. Enemy Leader. File name. Classified. Primary military specialty. Intelligence. Secondary military specialty. Ordnance. Experimental weaponry. Birthplace. Classified. Grade. Commander-in-Chief. Absolute power. Total control of the world. Its people, wealth, and resources. That's the objective of Cobra Commander. This fanatical leader rules with an iron fist. He demands total loyalty and allegiance. His main battle plan for world control relies on revolution and chaos. He personally led uprisings in the Middle East and Southeast Asia and other troubled spots, responsible for kidnapping businessmen and scientists and forcing them to reveal their top-level secrets. Cobra Commander is hatred and evil personified, corrupt, a man without scruples, possibly the most dangerous man alive. Enemy weapons supplier, codename, Destro. File name, unknown. Primary military specialty, weapons manufacturer. Secondary military specialty, terrorist. Birthplace, unknown. Destro is the faceless power behind M.A.S.S, which stands for Military Armaments Research System, the world's largest manufacturer of state-of-the-art weaponry. To Destro, war is man's most natural state. The fittest survive, and the greatest technological advances are made. He maintains a luxurious lifestyle around the world. Destro provides high-tech arms to any side able to meet his price, and will incite war where it does not exist. He dons his silver battle mask, a family tradition, and enters battle himself, either with Cobra or against them if it's better for business. Destro remains Cobra's major weapons supplier. Destro respects the G.I. Joe team for their combat skills and expertise, but abhors them for wasting such skills to maintain peace. He's totally dedicated to seeing them undermined, subverted, or destroyed.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Only a show of force will convince the world we mean business. Begin!
Citizens of the planet, evidently, our first demonstration of Cobra power wasn't sufficient to convince you of my purpose. This time, there will be no room for doubt. Premier Ivan Valenkov of the Soviet Union, I have you and your Red Square battalions in my view, comrade. I hereby call upon you to order your entire military command to lay down its arms. I was rather good, wasn't I?
The M.A.S.S device is not a toy for your amusement. These repeated demonstrations of its power have almost exhausted our supply of catalytic elements.
The world doesn't know that. Now come, it's time to return to our sport.
Reptilian popinjay.
Activating Cobra traps, the Joe teams help advertise new toys you can buy. Luckily, it turns out they are the dumbest robots ever created.
Robot defenders! I knew this wasn't one of my better days. We got this one shaking at its transistors.
We'll mop up while you go get the crystals. And hurry! We're running low on time!
Duke takes advantage of this moment to use his one ticket to escape.
I must concentrate. Concentrate!
Stop the prisoner! He must not leave alive!
You are hurt.
I'll be fine, but I've got to get out of here.
The Viper glider. It is the only way. Hurry.
I don't know how to thank you, Selina.
There is no need.
What'll happen to you?
I know secret ways back to the slave pens. No one will know I've been involved in your escape. Now go.
So how is this sexy, ambiguous foreign chick still a slave if she knows all the secrets of escape?
Any second now. There!
Locating a Cobra hang glider, Duke proceeds to advertise even more cool new toys. Seriously, these things flew if you threw them, and would actually break the figure that was attached to them.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
G.I. Joe Communications Officer, codename, Breaker, file name, Kibbe, Alvin R., primary military specialty, infantry, birthplace, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, grade E4. Breaker is familiar with all NATO and Warsaw Pact communication gear, as well as most world export devices. Special education, signal school, covert electronics, Project Gamma, qualified expert, M16, M1911A1, Mac 10, Ingram, classified, speaks 7 languages. Breaker is efficient and self-assured, and has an uncanny ability to turn adverse situations to his favor. G.I. Joe Arctic Trooper, codename, Snowjob. Yeah, that's his real name. File name, Moore, Horton W. Primary military specialty, Arctic Ski Patrol. Secondary military specialty, rifle instructor. Birthplace, Rutland, Vermont. Grade E6, sergeant. Snowjob was a major Olympic biathlon contender. He enlisted initially for special training and support privileges that the Army gives to Olympic champions. However, due to consternation of Army PR flaks, Snowjob volunteered and was accepted into the G.I. Joe team. Qualified expert, all NATO long-range sniper rifles, XMLR-3A laser rifle. G.I. Joe Commando, codename, Snake Eyes. File name, classified. Primary military specialty, infantry. Secondary military specialty, hand-to-hand combat instructor. Birthplace, classified. Grade E5. Snake Eyes is proficient in 12 different unarmed fighting systems, karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, etc., and is highly skilled in the use of edged weapons. Has received extensive training in mountaineering, underwater demolitions, jungle, desert, and Arctic survival, and some form of holistic medicine. Qualified expert in all NATO and Warsaw Pact small arms. The man is a total mystery, but he's real good at his job. Heck, he's the best.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Snake Eyes retrieves the first element as the Joes blast their way out of the ice cave tunnel. However, their celebration is cut short by the arrival of Cobra forces, led by Major Blood.
They can't get in. We can't get out.
The failsafe activator, Major.
An explosive charge was placed in the mine for an occasion just like this.
A failsafe device. It's unleashed a radioactive cloud.
We can stay here and learn to glow in the dark, or we can go out there and maybe get cut to pieces.
Snake Eyes, being an honorable warrior, makes the ultimate sacrifice for his friends.
Shield! Get out of there, Snake! There was no time for him to get out. He knew that when he brought it down to save us.
There's nothing we can do for him.
Hey, have you guys ever seen Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan?
No! You'll flood the whole compartment. He'll die. He's dead already. It's too late.
Look at there!
A way out! It must have opened automatically when Snake Eyes lowered the shield.
Come on!
We'll never forget you. For what you've done, Snake Eyes. We owe you our lives.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend. Live long and prosper.
Let's move out before Cobra comes in here after us.
Further toys are advertised as Duke gets his hands on a Cobra Hiss tank.
Look out!
He's had it. There'll be a bonus for all of us.
Somehow, not seeing the need to bring his body back, these assholes allow Duke to escape.
He doesn't look good, Doc. Is he going to make it?
His vital signs are weak, Cover Girl. But Duke's no ordinary man. Full emergency team ready.
General, what is the government's position on this situation?
Simply this. We will never surrender to Cobra, no matter what their threats may be. The position of my country is...
Maybe advertising where all of the world leaders were meeting in the South Pacific was not the best thing to do on a global news network.
Boastful fools! Your rash statements of bravery are pointless. This is the fate of all who reject my supremacy!
Stalker! How did I get here?
We were hoping you could tell us. You were with Cobra. And if you know how to get to Cobra headquarters, we can put an end to this nightmare fast.
It's no use. I can't remember anything. Nothing except a face. A beautiful face.
A chick I wish I banged once.
Some way you must. If you can, Cobra's won it all.
So what I'm finding is it's kind of challenging to edit these episodes of G.I. Joe, because when I edit them down for time, I'm finding that they age a lot better than I ever thought they would have. Particularly, there was one sequence in this episode with Destro and Cobra Commander I watched maybe 7 times in a row just because it was just a really good scene. Speaking of Cobra Commander, I've attached in this playlist a spotlight video featuring voice actor Christopher Collins, aka Chris Latta, who also does the voice of Starscream. So check that out in the meantime, and the next episode of G.I. Joe, The Worms of Death, will be available in just a few short days. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you then, my friends.
In our next episode, Cobra robots blast their way into the crystal mine, freeing the dangerously radioactive Snake Eyes, while the G.I. Joe team dives to the ocean floor in search of the precious elements needed to stop Cobra's reign of destruction. And Duke and the Baroness unexpectedly join forces in a terrifying struggle against the giant tube worms. All in The Worms of Death, the next exciting episode of G.I. Joe, a real American hero.